You ever feel stuck? Do I know about being stuck? It was my drinking. My drinking was the thing that kept me stuck for sure, without question. And I only know one way that I was finally able to break free of it. And it was to be truly honest with myself. To finally look myself in the mirror and admit to having a problem. Was I able to break free of my problem drinking? If there's something that's holding you back, something you feel stuck with, there's no magic pill. Nobody's going to come and solve your problems. The first step is to be truly honest with yourself. I wish I could put it in a pill. I would make billions of dollars if I could give you a pill and everybody could just be radically honest with themselves. It's the only way to really make it not about willpower and fighting through whatever that thing is that got you stuck in life. Because once you're truly honest with yourself, it's not about willpower anymore. You find some clarity. It's actually really empowering. Okay, now I actually know where I'm at. This is the honest truth. And you start taking ownership that I'm in the situation I am because of my choices. Nobody was responsible for me to be a problem drinker but myself. And once I took full ownership of that and was really honest with myself and said, this is not serving my life, this is not the person I want to be, it became a lot more simple. Yeah, there was work to be done. There was some difficult challenges, ups and downs certainly. But it wasn't nearly as hard as those 15 years that I wanted to quit drinking that I wasn't able to, that when I finally was honest, I was able to make it happen. And all the regret that I feel for maybe those lost years and why'd I have to go through that, I've moved the regret into this right now, is using that experience as a catalyst to affect change and maybe help one other person. And I guess that's the point of this. That if you can be really honest with yourself, if you can finally take that responsibility for, I'm overweight because of the choices that I've made, I'm gambling too much, drinking, smoking, whatever that thing is, and really admit to, okay, I'm here because of my choices, that gives you that starting point and accountability to begin the process. That's certainly the only way I know. That's the only way that worked for me, and that's all I can speak to. I'm sure there might be other ways for other people that have worked to break free of difficult things. But this is the one thing that definitely worked for me. You need to have a sense of getting uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. I guess that's what was a breakthrough for me also. That all the conditioning, all the habits that I knew weren't serving me, somehow the uncomfortableness of the unknown was even more uncomfortable. And I had to get used to that feeling. And through the discomfort came a real liberation. And like anything, it's going to take time. And there's strategies and techniques that go along with breaking free from negative habits. For sure. Getting out into wilderness, nature, even with the sirens. I'm in the middle of the city, but out in nature, amazing. There's something that we viscerally know that just being outdoors can have such a huge impact on our overall health and well-being. Being physically active, for sure. I use running. Running was like, okay, I'm going to start running all the time. That was really what helped me to sort of take my habit of drinking on the weekends. No, if I got to get up and run in the morning, I'm not going to drink tonight. That was a real helpful one for me. You got to find your own thing. There's no doubt. But to replace a negative habit with a positive one is certainly beneficial. I'll never forget that first weekend of running and not being hungover. Oh my gosh, it was so blissful. Oh, I'll never have a hangover again. Haha, glory. But there was discomfort in that too, the unknown. And this idea that we really getting uncomfortable with uncertainty. There's freedom in uncertainty, that we don't have any control. We think we can control things. We want to. It's a real human quality. We have no control over most things. Outside of our attitude, everything's out of our control. And getting comfortable with that and the uncertainty of things, again, I don't know the way to put it, that it really is liberating. It allows us to live more presently. And that moment-to-moment awareness, again, is, for me, it's not about I'm never going to drink again. How about I'm not going to have a drink today. I'm not going to have a drink this hour. Breaking it down into the smallest things. I really think when we lower the bar, what's the smallest thing that I can do today to affect positive change in my life? Thinking that, no, that's not going to be enough. Going for a minute walk after dinner. Doing 5 minutes of writing in a journal. 30 seconds of writing in a journal. Lowering the bar to a place where it's like, that can't help. It's amazing what the littlest thing, how we compound day after day, turn into a pretty amazing thing. Not drinking for one day, what that's led me to. Many years of living a life that is far more authentic to me by being able to break free of that habit. I don't know if this is useful for you. If it reaches one person, we always talk about we need a call to action. What is something you're going to do? If this resonates at all with you, take 5 minutes and write down in your journal something that's got you stuck. Something that's holding you back from being the best version of yourself, accomplishing your dreams, whatever that might be. And really write it down and get truly honest with yourself. Doesn't do you any good to write and not give the honest truth. I think I found for me, it was actually running in the woods where I was actually able to be honest. I was actually to say it out loud while I was running in the woods, and just saying it out loud was so difficult. I have a problem with drinking. I am a problem drinker. This is not serving my best interest. I cannot be the dad, the husband, the son I want to be, the friend, the employee, whatever, the business owner, whatever it is. I cannot be that best version of myself by continuing to drink. And when I said it out loud, it was terrifying, but somehow freeing too. If you can just write it down, or if you get outside and you can verbalize it, you say it out loud and somehow it just kind of releases from you. It might be a good starting place. And that real honesty is where I found my breakthrough. It changed my life. It was just being honest with myself, and that might work for you also. Give it a try. I want to continue to put out content of just things that have affected positive changes in my life. I think there's a level we can live at way up here all the time, rather than being stuck down here. But it takes a lot of commitment, discipline, consistency, and breaking free of that one first thing that might be holding you back. Might be the start of a pretty terrific life to lead. I think I'm finding some bigger and bigger windows of that all the time, but just how brilliant and amazing life can actually be. Start with being honest with yourself. Write it down, get out in the woods, go somewhere and say it out loud. Say it to a friend if you can, even better. When I was actually able to speak it to a person, then it hit another level. It's sort of, this goes on levels. Writing it down, saying it out loud to yourself, saying it to somebody else, and all of a sudden you start to break free. And for me, the shame started to release. And I didn't have to live with that shame of wasting years or whatever it was. I was able to say it and realize, okay, I'm an incomplete person. I've made mistakes, but I can change that. And that change, certainly for me, began with being completely honest with myself. Give it a try. It's terrifying at first, there's no doubt, but all the good stuff in life seems to be. All the good stuff seems to be quite challenging. I think that's part of the joy of being human. The real challenges are the things that make us grow, and we learn the most from those things. And that can be pretty great. That thing has been for me. I got a lot of other things to work on, there's no doubt, but that honesty with myself about my drinking definitely made a huge, huge impact on my overall life and health, well-being. Give it a go. If you've come this far, let's help grow this channel. We can inspire each other to be our best selves. Please give me a comment if there's something you're trying to work on, and you can write it in a comment. That'll be pretty empowering too. A place here that we can be non-judgmental of each other. That helped me a lot. Breaking free of myself, I found that I'm a lot less judgmental of others, realizing I've got my own flaws and I'm not qualified to judge anybody because I've made enough mistakes. That's liberating in itself. Good luck on your journey. Radical honesty. Give it a go. Goodbye for now.